Hello everyone, welcome back. This is season 15. This is the halfway point of the series. Well, once we finish the season, it'll be the halfway point of the series. And I am very motivated to get through this quicker than an hour and a half. So, um, I don't. There's really nothing we need because we're already at 49 players. Um, so I'm just going to draft best available. I don't think I even need to worry about free agents. Um, let's just take a look to see who's available. So Benji Brennan is not worth it though. He has about 4 years before he starts declining. He's a superstar and he's only gotten to 81, so that means um, he's just not developing. He doesn't make plays. Yeah, there's nobody here that we should really bring in. So let's go ahead and work our way to the draft. If I remember right, I pretty much already have everything scouted. So it's going to go through, and anybody that has above a 6.9 grade, or a 6.9 or above, I'll scout just for the sake of scouting people. By the way, we have the 12th, 9th, and 19th pick in the first round. Oh, I don't remember who we left off. And there he is. Okay. Oh, gotta finish that one. We're starting to run out of some players here that are projected to be drafted. Not many that have a 6.9 or higher when you get to these later rounds. Okay, we're into the undrafted people now, which actually makes it a little easier if I run out of points this week, because I can just go straight to the bottom of the list. However, I have run out of 6.9 or higher, I believe. Oh, there's a 7. The unfortunate thing about running out of points and coming back next week is they kind of reshuffle all the undrafted people because they're not in a specific order based off of where they're projected to be picked. So I have to go through the entire list of undrafted every single time I run out of points. But I highly doubt I'm going to run out of points this time through. Alright, I am done scouting. I'll tell you what I do want to do though. Let's go set up our draft board. So, scouted. I may still consider drafting a free safety or like someone for a pass coverage at linebacker. Although our left outer linebacker progressed pretty well last year, so it's not a major need. Put him on the list. Offensive line is probably our biggest need because we do need a right guard. That might throw some extra people on here. Okay, we have left guard here that's projected to go high. Center. We could use quality wide receiver. I am not sure that this is it, but we'll tag him anyway. And I'll tag him too. He's kind of too weak to play linebacker, but maybe I'll tag him to be an actual safety, perhaps. All right, getting into the second round here. Probably start drafting for best available. Actually, you know what? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay, so I am pretty much good everywhere on defense. They just need to progress, but I may still draft a couple people to have options. Offensively, we need offensive line and wide receivers. Let me go look at the... Actually, let's do the offensive line first. Alright, so we got our offensive lineman tag. Check out wide receivers. I do also still want to find out who the fastest is. What was this guy's vertical? He was the third, okay. This guy is the most agile and the quickest, but he's still kind of slow. He's little. Be more of a receiving back there. I'm going to tag him because I might go ahead and pick him up as a receiving back. 6'3" with the best jumping ability. Kind of strong too. Take a look at him for maybe a tight end. So, didn't mean to skip this guy. There he is. Ooh. He's the fastest, the quickest, and the second most agile. I'll go ahead and tag him. Okay. Poop. Draft board. I am moving the lineman to the top because that is our most significant need. And I am not afraid to draft both of them, honestly. Okay, so 34 reps. At 32. Get out of here, hold the reorder, I already know. Alright, both have B plus lead block. He has B plus run block, while he only has a B. But he only has B plus run block finesse, while he has A minus. I'm inclined to think he's the better one. Alright, draft time. And I'm just going to skip to my pick. We'll hope at least one of those linemen are available, if not both. Though I don't expect both will be available.
The Oklahoma City Nighthawks are now on the clock.
Alright, actually the one that ended up being better is available. Or that I feel was better. So, hidden development trait, he's a 72 overall. Good stats. We got a good pick here. I like it. I don't care if he was projected to go 4 picks later.
The Oklahoma City Nighthawks are now on the clock.
Alright. Go back to the draft board. Where are these guys? Not sure why these guys are suddenly ranked higher than first round guys here. Let's see, mid first round. The other guy was late first round. He's late. Late. I'm gonna go between these guys. I'm gonna take this guy here, Eric Moulton.
The Rams are now on the clock. The Oklahoma City Nighthawks are now on the clock.
Okay. We still have some options here, although most of them are later picks. Let's take a look at what's available, just so we don't pass up on someone that could be really good. I really don't want to scrambler quarterback, but we do need to start thinking about maybe bringing on a backup that could take over for Tyler Schwartz, because Tyler Schwartz is getting a little old. Alright, it looks like most of the talent are going to be second round picks from here on out. So I'm going to add him to the board. Add him to the board. Might add these guys later, but alright, so what are our options here? Just moving this guy up top temporarily, along with this guy and this guy. Okay, so these guys are still going to be better overall than these guys, but these guys will be available later, and we have the picks to get them later. So, do I want a... He's going to be really good, but he doesn't have combine grade. How about this guy? So he's really tall. Average strength, good vert, but he's more of a straight line runner. This guy will probably be a bit of a beast. Like, we're so good at defensive line right now, they just need a chance to develop. These are our two biggest needs. But I mean, I can get Justin Brown later. And you get Isaiah Jackman later too. But Jackman doesn't look like he's going to be that good. So, mid first round talent, late second, early second. What is our next pick? The 12th? I'm going to take Cole Downing now, and then hope Eddie Gillespie is available in the 3rd round.
The Packers are now on the clock. The Oklahoma City Nighthawks are now on the clock.
Okay. Okay, he is not. So let's go ahead and take these 2 wide receivers with the first round grade.
The Packers are now on the clock. The Oklahoma City Nighthawks are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Oklahoma City Nighthawks are now on the clock.
Right. Now, let's look at this. Who's available here? They're all 4th round talents. You're a 2nd. You guys are 3rds. You on there 2. Yeah, I have enough wide receivers. At least enough wide receivers to pick someone that has a 3rd round talent. When there's still guys that have a 2nd round talent grade. Alright, now let's go to the draft board, see what we added here. So a mix of people projected to go 5th and 6th round. And you know what, I'm just going to there, we'll do that. That way we're picking the best available. I might go ahead and take Cedric Moody here. Move him to running back, make him our receiving back. Jeffrey Adams is the fast. You know what? At 2 picks, you'll probably be available. So let's go these 2 guys here, because yeah, you're not really that great, and then that'll be enough wide receivers once we get those 2 guys. Maybe I'll leave him on there. All right, so Cedric Moody now.
The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Oklahoma City Nighthawks are now on the clock.
Jeffrey Adams.
The Bears are now on the clock.
I was hoping he would have had a better development trait, because would have really liked for him to be good.
The Oklahoma City Nighthawks are now on the clock.
Alright, so now we're down to just 2 power backs. So he's the strongest, but he's kind of slow, has good skills. And he's just not as good. Take Warren Hall.
The Packers are now on the clock.
Again, just we really need nothing, so I'm drafting best available, and we'll have a surplus of something somewhere. Alright. Who's available? I think we're going to trade out of this. Alright, so 137, 131, 127, 123, 121. I'm going to take the Raiders pick. They're going to give me a 4th round pick for a 6th round pick. I'll rip off a division rival and then beat them twice so that the pick is better.
The Oklahoma City Nighthawks are now on the clock.
Oops, not that. Traded away. Alright, 168. 168 is still the best one. Alright, 168.
Hold on now. This pick is trading teams.
Alright, and that's not even the end of our draft.
The Nighthawks are now on the clock.
169.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a trade.
Awesome. Alright, let's go ahead and just go to the regular season here. Already upgrade players. Ooh, Cody McDougald went from a 77 overall to a 69? 70 to be? This looks like Cody's last year. I will definitely have to draft a quarterback next year, even if it's just to be a backup. Alright, we are right at the 53 players. We don't have to cut anyone, but I might still go ahead and cut people. Alright, first let's move that one guy over to running back. He's a 69 wide receiver, so I don't think it's a big deal that if I cut him as a halfback, if he's not as good. Alright, so yeah, I mean, he ended up being the same. Now with that said, a 68 as a receiving back is not going to be good enough to beat out any of these guys here, so I don't think we're going to need him. Even though his change of direction is really good, as is his acceleration, agility, and speed. You know what, I want to keep him. We'll keep him, we'll develop him. His strength could be a lot better, as could his carrying. And pretty much everything else as far as running back goes. So Warren Hall, I don't really get the power back that we drafted. You're really not bad, but I need to cut someone, and it's going to be, you know, I'll see if I can trade him away. All right. Alright, so we need to probably cut 2 wide receivers. Nick Casey has been a return guy. Is anybody else going to be good at returning? Not as good, but Corey McCoy could do it. How about release? He's the worst release. Route or deep route running. Actually, Isaiah Jackman's the worst route runner overall, even though he's got a good deep route. Oh, sorry, Nick Casey. You've been developing for us, but you have to do it with another team. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess we could keep 6 wide receivers. Yeah, we'll keep 6 wide receivers. I don't like that Jeffrey Adams is so old. As a rookie, anyway. Oh yeah, I was thinking about... Oh, no, none of them would be good for tight end. Good there, good there. Rookie, you are a right guard. And you're going to get some playing time straight away, so you can develop. I will have to go out and get a backup right guard, though. Actually, no, I won't. Just move Greg Walker over. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, cut Terrell. Actually, I probably could have moved Terrell to defensive tackle, but we'll stick with 3 for right now. I'm going to write out a linebacker. Could just move Wise over to linebacker. I mean, he's not really strong enough to play it, but he could give us some Actually, hold on. Drafted Eric Moulton. Let's move Eric to right outer linebacker. Actually, hold on. He's 26, so I think we just signed him, so definitely keeping him. 24. Okay, yeah. Mouton's going to right outer linebacker. All right, now Bryce Walton. I'm going to cut Bryce, move Derek to strong safety. All right, we are good. It's kind of a low change of direction for Corey McCoy. I'm starting to think Isaiah Jackman would be a good receiving back. He only has a 65 carry, but he has an 81 juke, 79 spin move, 78 ball carrier vision. His route running is trash. Can I do? I don't know. Actually, real quick, I'm gonna move him to receiving back. I think he's gonna be better than the other guy we moved to receiving back. Yeah, so he ended up being better than Cedric Moody, who we moved over here. I'm gonna move Moody back to wide receiver, and possibly even cut him. Actually, add him to the practice squad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's right. I was gonna trade Warren Hall. That'll still give us 4 running backs. Okay. Oops. Depth charts now. Oh, I didn't sign a guard. Dang it. Did I have? Oh, I didn't need a guard, that's right. Alright, well, I'll have to go cut that guy in a moment. Actually, wait a second. Walker's the guy that was already on our team. So Foster's the guy that I'll end up cutting. Yeah, he can return kicks. Alright, oh, gotta do the running backs. So, third down back. Yeah, Jacqueline still isn't good enough to be the third down back. Fitzsimmons is our 1. Tyler Brown is at 2. I guess Corey McCoy would be our slot guy. Turn this right. Okay, I want Brown turning kicks. Alright, our depth chart is set. I need to trade away the wide receiver. Or not wide receiver, the running back. But speaking of trading away wide receivers, see if anyone's interested. Broncos have yellow interest. Bills have interest in Hall. Okay, nobody has interest in either of them, so let's get like a third for him. Yeah, got a third round pick for him. I'll take it. Okay, 1 Hall. Who legitimately needs running back. What about the Lions? No interest. Surprised I got a better deal for that receiver than I'm getting for Hall. There we go. Alright, now we are ready. So 82 overall as a team. Offense is an 83, defense is an 81. That'll definitely come up over the course of the season. Alright, so at the start of the season, we're healthy. It's a good sign. Had a little bit of a rough preseason, but that's fine. Playing backups. Would have liked to see more people gain skill points, but Tyler Brown, yeah, he's not going to achieve this. I do want one more zone coverage for him. I got 3. Alright. Start working on his run support so that he can defend against the rush. So, Tyler Schwartz wants $113 million over 3 years. Man, what did we give him before? I have my notes from that far back. Gave him $122 million for 7 years. Now he wants that over 3 years. I mean, he hasn't been playing to that level. Come on now. I mean, he's been good, but come on. He's actually been getting progressively worse. We'll see how he does this season. But that is kind of ridiculous. Yeah, I know he's a 98 overall, but he hasn't been playing like a 98 overall. And of course, we're going to go into a draft where there's no quarterbacks. Oops, why did I exit that? Awesome. We know what we need. I guess we'll scout more linemen. Got a 78 zone. I'd really like that to be 80. I got 1 point from that. Did want to work on his speed rush moves. Okay, so we have everyone upgraded. Go ahead and progress. I do not want to resign you. Who else do we have? Got Elias, definitely resigning him. Hodge, going to resign him. Brewer, definitely resigning. I mean, other than McDougald, I want to resign all those guys. And I mean, I want to resign Tyler Schwartz, but that's a lot of money. A lot. Maybe I'll franchise tag him. I don't know why I just scouted that guy. His man coverage. Well, the question is, do I want to build up slot and make him a better tackler, or a better tackler and play recognition, or do I want to build up press and jump? My vote is for slot. Except I didn't get any man coverage out of that. Got 2 speed? That is crazy! That one upgrade got him +2 speed. Okay, I may not have gotten any man coverage out of that, but that was worth it. But next time I'll definitely have to go with man-to-man. Mr. Cunningham, we're going blocking for you. His route running starting to get to a good place. Let's improve his deep threat. Oh, I don't want to do that because I want to keep him as a route runner primarily. So we'll get a point in route runner, and then next point we'll go to deep threat. Ooh, he got an ability. Um, I'm not sure that really either of those are going to help us. You know what another option is too, although I tried doing something before like this, but I could possibly trade our picks for a quarterback. Now, in the past, I offered 2 1s and a 2 for. No, actually, I offered 3 first round picks, I think, for Josh Allen. And they were like, it wasn't even close. So, I don't see why. Um, I don't see why they would be willing to trade a quarterback um, for those picks when I couldn't get Josh Allen before. And I mean, I'm not going to trade my picks for a crappy quarterback. See, I feel bad for these defensive tackles because they're run-stopping defensive tackles, yet I need them to be power rushers. So they're constantly progressing and getting um, a bunch of skill points. So they should, like, if I just kept doing run stopper on them, they'd be high 80s. But because I'm trying to get their power rush up, they haven't even progressed to 80 yet. You need more tackle. Good. Got 2 tackle out of it and still got a zone coverage. Still haven't uncovered his trait yet, but he's going to be a darn good right guard for us. I mean, his run block and pass block are already where I need them to be. So he's going to be really good for us. Poor Daryl Hodge as well. He's not even good at man coverage, yet we were having to work on his zone coverage. Because remember, we were a 3-4 when we drafted him, and he was going to be a good cornerback for us. But actually, I thought he was going to be bad. I'm not going to lie. I thought he was going to be bad, now that I remember it. But he ended up starting to be a really good cornerback for us. And then we switched to a Tampa 2, and now we need to work on his zone coverage. So this poor dude's never going to reach his full potential either. That is what we call poor management of the team. Who got hurt? Hayden, our left tackle. And we need to resign Elias. Yes, sir, I want to resign you. Gotta pay him a little more, though. Well, at least we'll have 91 million or almost 92 million dollars cap room after signing this guy because of how expensive. I feel like 5 isn't enough. Let's do this. All right, so he's at 8 right now. Let's go 5.2. Bump that up to 2.5. There. You want that contract? There we go. Okay, good. We got him locked up long term. He's going to be an anchor for our defense. I suppose I could afford to sign Tyler Schwartz. Problem is, I really don't want to at that price. And not only that, yes, he's probably the best or top 3 quarterback in the league. In fact, let's look and see what he is as far as... So he's the number 2 quarterback in the league, but the computer doesn't like offering contracts to older players. Now, could be different because of how good he is and because he plays at quarterback, but they just don't like offering to the older quarterbacks. You need route running bad, but I'm going to build up your slots. Actually, I'm just going to build up route running, period. Wait, why did I think Justin Brown... Do we have another Brown like a Tim Brown? Justin Brown's not our second wide receiver. For some reason, when I seen his name before, I thought it was. Jeffrey Adams. You desperately need route running. You are not a pass rusher, that is for sure. Let's get that zone coverage up. Curious about something. A couple things actually. So, okay, so we have a Tyler Brown. Okay, so we do have 2 Browns on the team. That's where I got confused. But also, okay, he only ended up being a 70. Strength 65. Yeah, okay. So Brown would be... Oh, we got another Brown. Alright, let's continue. Alright, Darryl Hodge is a little more expensive, but I mean, he is a quality cornerback, and if I sign him for the 7 years, we'll get at least 6 out of him, and then that 7th year will be bonus free, so it'll probably be worth it. There, just so he can't say I'm not offering him enough money. You could use more run block. He needs to be a little bit of a better pass blocker too. Although he hasn't been giving up many sacks throughout the season, so I'll just work on more agile. good on pass block, which is good since you're a right tackle. I also just remembered I haven't been spending my coach's XP packages. Yeah, I wanted to get his zone to 80 and then give him some run support. Might take a little while though, apparently. 2 new injuries. Cummins is out and Brown is out. Awesome! Bloomberg is still playing. Bloomberg has almost immediately since joining the league been one of the best quarterbacks in it, so Costanzo still has a while and he's already signed to a contract. Signed to a long-term contract too. With superstar development. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to trade this guy or get this guy just with draft picks, but yeah, not even close. Just curious though. Hold on, I want to see what kind of year he's having. Yeah, in a contract year, he decided to step it up a little bit, huh? 14 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, almost at the halfway point. So that's about 30. Probably get about 32 and 4. He's on pace for only 3,000 yards though. Oh, that exited out of the whole thing. Give me Schwartz and my 2 first-round picks. Nope, not even close. Schwartz is really a yellow? I mean, I get that you don't need a quarterback, but dang. Alright, who else is in the league? Tom Izzo, 26. Maybe a superstar, but he probably started really low. And, yeah, he's not going to be worth trading for. Oh, man. The Raiders have QB that could end up being pretty darn good. Might be interested in that Noel. Who are the top rookie QBs? Oscar Blackwell, hidden development trait. He is a scrambler. Well, he could be made into a field general pretty quickly. Oops. What are his personality traits? He's intense, scrambler, doesn't force many passes. What about that? Strong arm QB. It's charismatic. Pocket QB, which I kind of like. Sense of pressure is not very good though, and he forces passes, so that's going to cause a lot of turnovers. The fact that he gets rid of the ball, maybe too early before he really reads the field, and he forces passes in. Undisciplined penalty tendency I don't think really matters for a QB. What kind of years we have in here? I don't know. That's someone that I'm interested in. Now, you only have a normal development trait. You're not going anywhere in life. Same with you. I wonder what his thing is. Although I don't want to scrambling QB. All right, I'm gonna try to not stats. Dang it. See. I'll give you those two and McDougald. Yeah. It would take 2 1s and a 2 to maybe have a shot at getting him. I have a feeling he's going to be really good. And so far this year, he's almost having as good of a yard as Tyler Schwartz is. I'll just let things play out and see what happens with Tyler Schwartz. Like I said, I could still franchise tag him, which might be cheaper than the contract he's asking for. In fact, let's do this. I want to... leave that how that is, because I think Madden does this dumb thing where if you don't have any players with an active negotiation, it skips the re-sign period in the off-season. But if you leave one at least open, then you can go in and franchise tag people. Although I can leave Cody McDougald open, assuming he doesn't retire. I would negotiate with Tyler in the off-season and then franchise tag him if he doesn't like it. Okay, let's move on. Okay, Michael Hayden, I would love to have back, but I can't afford risking getting hurt, and he's not going to be the caliber of player that he is if he's healthy, so we'll let him get healthy. Too bad none of these guys would be any good. Cornerbacks. Some free safeties. All the cornerbacks that I would be scouting, kind of trash. It's been a while since this guy has needed has gained a skill point. So I am going to go with pass block because this guy usually gives up the second most sacks, and he doesn't really need anything else. So pass block power. guess that helped. Alright, so halfway through the season, right? No, this game would be our halfway point. Doing kind of okay so far. And yes, sir, you can have this contract. Both of my defensive tackles signed for peanuts. Like them. We'll go ahead and keep them. +4 awareness, that's a lot. And he still didn't get a point of overall. His zone coverage needs to be up to 80. And then we can work on, what would that be? Run stopper. That's right, I want to give a deep threat this time. Alright, we are now at the halfway point in the season. Wow, it's a lot of things to upgrade and only get 1 overall from it. Still needs some of that medium root, so maybe with the next point we'll go vertical threat. Now, one thing I do want to bring up in consideration to re-signing Tyler Schwartz. Tyler Schwartz is the reason we had to let go a lot of the big playmakers on our defense. I almost sit here and think that if we kept those big playmakers, we would be just as competitive as if we had Tyler Schwartz. Because like I said, Tyler Schwartz is not exactly lighting it up. He's playing good, like really good, but I don't feel like Tyler Schwartz is winning us games. I feel like he's doing enough to make us a competitive team, but I don't feel like our offense is a threat to just drop 50 points on a team, or even 40 points. So being like, if we would have had Joey Bosa, Myles Garrett, and Derwin James for a few extra years, out of those, let's say 3 years, maybe we win one more Super Bowl, or maybe a second Super Bowl. So I don't know, but again, maybe without Tyler Schwartz, we don't win any of them. You need catching traffic, so I'm gonna see spectacular catch and release or short route running and catch. Let's go to slot. Okay, good. Ooh, another point for Mr. Knox. Well, I guess I'll just keep making him an agile. Like, yeah, it'd be nice to build up some of his finesse or power, but make him the best agile blocker he can be, I guess. Rashad Rucker. Let you keep being a power back. Run stop. We still got zone coverage out of that. Okay, yeah, definitely need to get that block shedding up some more. Block shedding and play recognition. But once we get those up, honestly, his zone coverage is high enough that I feel comfortable adding some pass rushing to that. Now, could continue to add some zone coverage or even run support and just make him really good at those two things. But I think for a long time, he's going to be the biggest impact player on our defense as long as he stays healthy. What was I scouting? I think I started scouting halfbacks. I do want to put some points in the slot for him, but I wanted him at 80. Now that he is, I can start working on the slot for him so he can build up that tackle and man coverage. Wish there was a way to build up the catching though. I'm going to build up his pass block just because he gives up the most sacks on the team. Now, granted, that's because it's the left tackle position, but I do think that building up his pass block would go a long way in cutting those down. Gerald Brown is available, but we'll let the backup start. And then we have someone else to resign here. He only wants a one-year deal. It's a little weird. Now, I didn't mind paying him because, I mean, he's not asking for a ton of money for how good he's going to be over the course of that contract. And I didn't want to pay him a ton because he's the third defensive tackle. but because the two starting defensive tackles accepted such low, like small contracts, I was able to afford to go ahead and keep him and let all three defensive tackles just be great. Speaking of defensive tackle, though, we only have 3 on the roster. In a 4-3, I usually like to keep 4 of them. Yeah, we can build up. Curious how much play recognition really matters for a defensive end. Let's give him some let's give him some run stopper. Help him shed his blocks, and that should help our defensive line a lot, actually. Alright, well, the good news is that, well, maybe not. I thought that put him at the same as run stopper, so no matter what, he could start progressing. He is finally a power rusher, though, so he'll start getting better. Need some man coverage. Give me a slot, though. I got 2-man and 2 zone out of that. You know what? I think I wanted run support for him. Oh no, that's right. He was at a 79. I wanted 1 more zone coverage, then run support. So note to self, make sure you check the ratings. I need that medium route out bad. Give you deep threat. Is this the fast guy? No, that wasn't. Oh, 4 deep threat. I like it. We got 3 zone coverage from that. Getting some good progression out of our players. No injury though, and then one guy coming back. Ah! Suffered our first loss of the season. Who was hurt? Perkins. Darn it. I was hoping for a perfect season, but alas, we didn't get it. I don't know why I was... You know what, I might as well just scout them all. Man, how many points has he gotten this season? I mean, it's awesome that he's progressing so well. I don't think I've ever seen anyone get that many points in one season. He started off as a 70, didn't he? So he got 9 points already? He's not done. Also, I have to apologize up front if I seem a little slow. I've been running on 4 hours of sleep all day, and it's like 8 o'clock at night now, so I'm a little tired. Which also means my brain isn't working right. Deep threat. Oh, I lost another one. That was to a crappy Seahawks team. They were like 6 and 7 or something like that. And I forgot. You know what? I'm doing it now. 2 things that I forgot. Forgot to upgrade my bathrooms and seating. There. And now I have like no funds. It's okay, I'll make more money. And then I also need to upgrade my coach. Progression is maxed out, except actually fully maxed out. Retention. I don't really need to put any more points in there because we don't keep players long enough for them not to retire because they regress to the point that they're not any good. And I don't re-sign my kicker and punter in the season. I do it in free agency. Now the only one that I could see really I'm gonna do it too. Really helping is this QB retirement because a QB doesn't regress as much and they play longer. Yeah, wow. Oh, I'm 10 XP short of being able to buy that. So we'll save. We'll save it. I think this is the most I've ever upgraded a coach. Alright, Miles Perkins. I'm going to start Cole because Miles Perkins should be... We lost 3 in a row. What is going on with this team right now? This is not the time of the year to be losing games. unless you're getting it out of your system before the playoffs. We should get Miles Perkins back for the playoff game. Now, having lost 3 in a row, that puts us... Okay, we got the Z, so we have a first round bye and home field locked up. Yeah, I guess Perkins makes that big of a difference. The moment he got hurt, we started losing games. We've lost every game that he's been out. What does a speed rusher look like for defensive tackle? Are there any? Yeah. So still big, 6'3", 301. Oh, they don't have combine stats obviously yet. Alright, it's got some wide receivers. Can be a 79 zone and 81 and everything else when his, well, I guess his zone coverage caught up with that one, but his zone coverage was so far below. Like, his stats are really bad. But I mean, he's got a good overall, I guess. We wanted vertical threat from this time. I got 8-point in deep route and medium route, so hopefully that helps him. Another point for Chris Knox. Yeah. Go ahead and be a 99 overall guard. Just don't cost a fortune. Let's see. Accuracy. Yeah, run support. Nice, nice. Alright, nobody get hurt. Good. Nobody got hurt. We have a first round bye. Perkins will be back for... I didn't mean to do that, oh well. Perkins will be back for the next game. Or should be back anyway for the next game. I think we wanted run stopping for him, right? Yes, we did. He's got an ability slot now. Wow. Okay. That'd probably be... I mean, sure it's a good one for a right guard, but it'd probably also be a good one for a center. I mean... cornerbacks, or defensive backs would probably be half his size, so I hope he can own defensive backs. He needs to be an X factor. Tyler Brown, better release. I think that's deep route running. He didn't get any. Blocking. Alright, now how are you as a blocker now? 66 run block, 61 lead block, 67 impact block. So you definitely still need a few more points in that. Alright, let's check out stats before we progress into the postseason. So Tyler Schwartz was 6th in the NFL for passing yards, 5th for passing touchdowns, and then it switched, so I couldn't see it. His completion percentage dropped 4% since the halfway point of the season. 34-9, so you know this is one of his average years. Now the question is this an average year for a quarterback? I mean, it said he was 5th for touchdowns, 4th for passing yards. Let's see, 6th for passing yards, 5th for touchdowns, 15th for passer rating. So yeah, I mean it's an average to an above average quarterback, and he wants $38 million a year. Byron Austin, however, had the most touchdowns, and I think it said the 2nd most rushing yards. So he's earning his paycheck. Receiving wise, we had 2,000-yard receivers. Both of them had 9 touchdowns. Julius Lee, 750 yards and 4 touchdowns. Corey McCoy, 686 yards and 6 touchdowns. He was our slot guy. Then the rookies got some stats, not a lot. Our receiving running back got 2 receiving touchdowns. So that's good, but he only had 55 yards. So, all right, sacks. Look at Hayden. Now he was out for 3 games, but he still only gave up 2 sacks. Mayweather led the team with 6. So we protected our quarterback really well. See, 6, 9, 12, 14, 16. We gave up 18 sacks. So that's about an average of 1 sack per game. I think any NFL team would take that. All right. Elias getting rewarded with that new 7-year contract. Led the team with tackles. Only had 1 interception though. Cummings, 95 tackles, 2 interceptions. I think last year he had 4 or 5. Darrell Hodge had 3 interceptions, 80 tackles. Charles had 79 tackles. Burner had 78 tackles. So our safeties were about middle of the road there. They each had 1 interception though. Rashad McQueen with 5 interceptions, 75 tackles, and Darrell Oliver 6 interceptions, 66 tackles. So I don't think we got as many interceptions as I thought we would. The top 2 got a ton, but I would have liked to see probably another 3 to 4 interceptions somewhere in the team. How about sacks? Down year for sacks for sure. So not creating enough pressure on the quarterback. Kicking, Whitfield had a miserable year. Wow. I think it's time to move on from Whitfield. That's really bad. Average year punting for Tyler. So yeah, I mean, we had, as a team, we had average to above average play. I mean, we definitely had better play from players in the past, but I mean, we went undefeated for the first 3 quarters of the season, so you know, and had the #1 seed. So as a team, we collectively played well enough to be the top team. Now the question is, can we be more than a one and done? And Perkins is back. Zone 2, it's only at 75. And his is up to 75 as well. Alright, now because he's dominant already at power and finesse, I feel like I should build up his run blocking. Yeah, I'm going to. At least get it up there a little bit. Maybe put one more point into a run blocking, then go back to finesse moves. Oh, we got another injury. This time it's Elias. That's going to hurt a lot. Let's see just how much it hurts us. We won, but barely. We are in the Super Bowl though, so that means that this is going to be, here in a little bit, the end of this episode, and then tomorrow's episode will be the Super Bowl game. Let me give him some pass block. Alright, let's go through the yearly awards real quick. So, again, Lamar Jackson won the MVP. Gormley got second for Coach of the Year. Don't understand why he couldn't get first, considering we're in the Super Bowl. Schwartz finished third for Offensive Player of the Year. We didn't have anybody top of that. Blackwell ended up getting Rookie of the Year. So he's someone that I really might look at trading for, potentially. Defensive Rookie of the Year. We didn't have anyone, either of those, huh? Guess we didn't really draft anybody that was starting, getting legit time. Okay, so Tyler Schwartz was the second best quarterback in the AFC. Byron Austin, best running back. Fitzsimmons and Brown were 4th and 5th for best wide receiver. We had 4 players in the top 6 of the best offensive line. In fact, our right tackle is the only one who didn't make it there. He's right there, 10. So we had 5 of the top 10 linemen in the entire AFC. Defensive line though, only Baptista was on there. I'm surprised Elias isn't up there. Cummins is though. Darrell Oliver, second best defensive back. Rashad McQueen, 4th. I really want to know how Reese is the best, considering I think McQueen had 6 interceptions and Oliver had 5. Yeah. Scouting is done. Looked at yearly awards. Once we upgrade the players, that'll be it for this episode. Deep route again. Yeah, deep route. Or not deep route, route runner, and then deep route next time. Although, that brought his deep route up pretty well. So I might just go ahead and keep doing route runner. And going into the Super Bowl, Austin's going to be out and Elias is going to be out. I thought maybe we could try to get Elias back. So we're going to be relying heavily on a backup halfback, and we only have one middle linebacker now that's healthy. So looks like Norton is going to be our middle linebacker. I think I might actually start Harrison over top of him because Harrison has better zone coverage. Yeah, actually, Moulton has better zone coverage than both of them. Let's see. They're both better in pursuit. Both better pass rush. Well, actually, Moulton is a better pass rusher than Harrison. Block shedding is probably the biggest difference. And tackling. Actually, tackling and play recognition are the two big things hurting Moulton. Strength a little bit too, but you know, if you got that block shedding, tackling, and pursuit up, you'd be a really good lineman. Alright, well that's going to be all for this episode, so thank you for watching. I guess episode 2 of season 15 is going to be next, and how fitting that halfway through the season, we're in the Super Bowl. So thank you for watching.